Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to review Moto G5 Plus, which is the newest phone of Moto in its price range. Lenovo has been launching many Moto devices lately, trying to get it sold in the market. In golden old days, Moto phone gave many expectations to its users. I have been using this phone for a few weeks now, and did this device live up to my expectations? Let's find out. Moto G5 Plus is a perfectly sized phone with screen size of 5.2 inches. I hardly like 5.5 inch phones that have large bezels, and this phone fits nicely in the hands. It has 8.5 mm thickness with rounded back edge that fits the palm of your hand with ease, making the grip stronger. The weight of the phone along with its small thickness makes the phone light. During unboxing I thought the lightness of the phone is due to the lack of battery, but to my surprise, the phone had a non-removable battery and felt light. It comes in two colors, lunar grey and gold, and I'm using the lunar grey one. The reason I got lunar grey is that I am fed up of golden colored devices now. The body is made up of high-grade aluminum that gives the phone a premium feel, and it is water repellent also. Though the phone is grey, the front bezel is all black. The power button is on the left along with the volume rocker which resides above it, and all are decently tactile. There is an issue that I'm facing with the power button. Sometimes it's difficult to press, maybe something comes beneath it preventing it from being pressed, and sometimes it works perfectly with a decent tactile feel. There are no capacitive Android buttons, just a fingerprint sensor that can be made to work like those buttons using gestures. However, you have an option to use the on-screen Android navigation buttons, which I don't like as they take up a lot of screen estate. The back panel can't be separated from the phone as it has an unibody design making the battery inaccessible to the users. The antennae can be seen on top and bottom of the back panel and are designed perfectly to merge with the overall design of the phone. The back panel sports a camera, dual-tone flash and a noise cancelling plus rear camera mic. The rim of the back panel is polished, giving an extra politeness to the device. Overall, the phone is really very well crafted and build quality is above par considering the price tag of this phone. I personally like the design so much as it's in no way the regular design that we see these days. The mighty display is IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen with 67% screen-to-body ratio and a pixel density of 424 ppi. The screen is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3, so no need to worry about big scratches. The display is bright with near to normal color reproduction, has somewhat good viewing angles. This is one of the good displays out there in this price range. I had no complaints with the display if I took price in consideration. The screen is flanked on its top by camera, sensors and a LED light which doesn't glow up out of the box, but with an app. The phone has an automatic brightness setting that does its job pretty well in any lighting condition. Using the phone with one hand was a breeze, and even if you feel it to be big, then you can use the inbuilt software that enables using the device easily. Plus, it can be activated really quick, giving you no time to complain about it. This is a 4G VoLTE enabled dual SIM phone, and only one SIM for 4G can be used at a time. However, you can use 4G and a 3G SIM at the same time. It comes with Android 7.0 Nougat, overseen by Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 chipset, octa-core 2GHz Cortex A53 CPU, and Adreno 506 GPU. Internal storage is 32GB with either 3 or 4GB of RAM according to the variant you choose. It also supports a microSD card, which has a different slot. This configuration translates into a smooth experience with whatever you throw at the phone. I usually notice when a phone starts to stutter, but this phone never even for a second showed any lag or stutter with whatever I wanted it to do. The fingerprint sensor in this phone works pretty well. I most of the time passed it without having to try it again. The fingerprint sensor also supports gestures which can be used as a navigation Android buttons. Swipe left, it takes you back, and swipe right, it opens the recent apps. I use these gestures as I didn't like the on-screen buttons as they take up a lot of useful screen estate. The Moto G5 Plus runs the stock Android 7.0. This is a bold decision by Lenovo and a good one too. I really like the clean Android look, and this phone provides me with that experience. However, you always have an option to use launchers if you find stock UI exasperating. The phone also has NFC that can be used to pair it with other devices easily. Packed with non-removable 3000 mAh battery, it packs in a lot of juice. Considering that it has 5.2-inch display, the battery really supports it along with high internals with ease. There is an option of battery saver which can be scheduled to turn itself on at the desired battery level. This option really helps to extend battery life when you are running short. I used the phone with more than normal usage for the day and still managed to have some juice left at the end of the day, making me give it a rating of B+. You now have an option of turbocharging too, and you can get 6 hours of battery life for 15 minutes of charge. Very few phones in this price range give this feature. Speaker is located on the front of the phone combined with the earpiece. The front firing speaker is the best type you can get, and it sounds decently loud too in this device. In noisy environment, it is difficult to listen to the audio, though in quiet locations it won't disappoint you. The audio output quality through the 3.5mm jack is also good, and you can get most out of it using an app with an equalizer. The phone has a dual autofocus pixels 12 megapixel rapid focus camera with f1.7 aperture lens. The camera quality is decent, and with the aperture of f1.7 it works well in low lighting conditions, although with some grain. The photos come out sharp and the color reproduction is good. You also have an option to shoot in 4K, which none in this price range provide. It can shoot 4K videos at 30 fps and can do 60 fps at 1080p. The video quality can't be said as bad and is decent enough. You can twist this phone twice to get into the front-facing camera. However, I won't use this gimmick anyways. HDR option is also present. There is a professional mode in the camera where you can adjust the exposure, ISO and white balance, giving user the complete control over the camera. It has a dual-tone flash that does its job well. Front-facing camera is 5 megapixel and is decent enough for video calls. Overall, the quality of the primary camera is not that bad. Moto G5 Plus with its awesome specs performs well with resource-intensive games. It gets warm while playing games, but having a full metal body, the heat dissipates quite nicely and doesn't hamper with the experience. Performance has been somewhat clean and smooth, and it can play many games without a frame drop, making this phone a good contender for gaming phones. The 4GB RAM does help in this regard, so you don't need to worry about new games that will be released. In the end, I want to say that this phone has performed at par to my expectations. I must say I am impressed with its performance and will give this phone a rating of 4 out of 5. Having a stock Android with no bloatwares, I felt ease in using this device. There are many features in this device that you won't find in other devices of this price range, making it one of the feature-rich phone. The specs you get at this price point is well balanced, and you don't pay more than what you are getting. This phone will definitely satisfy one's every need, so would I recommend you to buy this phone? Yes, I will recommend it. Hope you liked this video, and if you did like it, then don't forget to hit the thumbs up at the bottom of the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That wraps up this video. I'll catch you guys later.